Hey friends, welcome back to the English Speaking Podcast, the place where learning English feels easy, relaxed, and fun. If you're listening right now, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let this moment be just for you. I'm Emma, and I'm really happy you're spending this time with us today.
Hey Emma, and hello to all our friends tuning in from different parts of the world. Wherever you are right now, at home, on a walk, or maybe traveling, it's really nice to have you here with us.
It really is. There's something special about these quiet moments when we sit together, talk, and learn without pressure. Lucas, today feels like a good day, doesn't it?
It does. The day feels calm, the energy feels light, and everything just seems a little easier. I've got my warm tea right next to me, my microphone is ready, and I'm in a good mood to talk and share.
That sounds perfect. And as you might guess, I'm sitting here with my coffee.
Of course you are. Honestly, Emma, without coffee would feel very strange.
Exactly. Coffee first, English second. That's how my brain works.
I think many of our listeners can relate to that. A warm drink, a calm space, and some English practice. It's a nice combination.
It really is. And friends, if you're listening right now, you don't need to rush. This podcast is your safe space to listen, repeat, and slowly build confidence.
Yes, no stress here. You don't need perfect grammar or perfect pronunciation. You just need curiosity and a little patience with yourself.
Absolutely. And today's topic is perfect for that kind of relaxed learning. Lucas, should we tell everyone what we're talking about today?
Yes, let's do that. Today's topic is something very familiar, very simple, but extremely useful in real life.
That's right. Today, we're talking about your home.
We'll practice how to talk about where you live, whether it's a house or an apartment, the rooms inside, and even some everyday furniture.
This is the kind of English you use when meeting new people, talking to friends, or describing your daily life.
Exactly. So relax, listen carefully, and enjoy learning step by step with us.
All right, friends, get comfortable, maybe grab a cup of coffee or tea, and let's begin. All right, Lucas, let's gently ease into our conversation with a very simple question. When you think about your home, do you live in a house, an apartment, or something else?
I sometimes like to imagine it's a villa by the sea, but in real life, I live in an apartment.
The dream villa version of life is always there in our minds. But honestly, apartments can be very comfortable too. Is your apartment big, or would you say it's more on the smaller side?
I would say it's a comfortable size. It's not very big, but it's not too small either. It feels just right for one person, especially after a long day.
That sounds really nice. Sometimes a space doesn't need to be large to feel good. Where is your apartment located? Is it close to the city?
Yes, it's quite close to the city center, which I really like, and it's on the 12th floor of the building.
The 12th floor? That's pretty high. I imagine the view must be interesting.
It really is. I can see the streets below, small cars moving, and at night the city lights look beautiful.
That sounds lovely. Now, be honest, do you take the stairs or do you use the elevator?
Luckily, there's an elevator. Honestly, I cannot imagine walking up 12 floors every single day. Just thinking about it makes me tired.
I agree. Most people would choose the elevator without even thinking twice.
Exactly. Convenience matters.
Now, let me turn the question to myself for a moment. I actually live in a house.
A house? That already sounds cozy. Is it a big house?
Not at all. It's a small house, but it feels warm and comfortable, which is what really matters to me.
That's true. Does your house have anything special about it?
Yes, it does. Behind the house, there's a small yard with a few plants and a lemon tree. I spend a lot of time there when I need fresh air or a quiet moment.
Wow, a lemon tree sounds very peaceful. I don't have anything like that in my apartment.
That's one of the things I really love about living in a house. It's usually quieter and feels more private.
That makes sense. My apartment can be a bit noisy, especially in the mornings.
Oh, really? What kind of noise do you hear?
There's a train station nearby, so I often hear trains, announcements, and people moving around.
Ah, I see. That explains it. My neighborhood is much quieter, but cleaning a house takes more time and effort.
Yes, that's very true. A house usually means more space, and more space means more cleaning.
Exactly. So both options have their good sides and their challenges.
That's right. Whether it's a house or an apartment, what matters most is how it feels when you're inside.
Beautifully said. And now that we've talked about the outside and the type of home, let's step inside together.
Yes, let's open the door and walk in.
Lucas, when you open the door and enter your apartment, which room do you walk into first?
The first room is the living room. It really feels like the heart of my apartment.
I love that description. The living room really is where life happens.
Exactly. It's where I sit down, relax, and finally slow my mind after a busy day.
All right, then. Help us imagine it. What does your living room look like?
The main thing is a wide sofa facing the window. It's probably the most used piece of furniture in my home.
A wide sofa already sounds inviting. Is it actually comfortable or does it just look nice?
Oh, it's very comfortable. It's light brown, and sometimes I sit there with a blanket and completely forget about time.
That sounds incredibly cozy. I can already picture that sofa, Lucas. And now tell me, when you're sitting there, what do you usually do to relax after a long day?
Most of the time, I just sit quietly for a few minutes. I don't turn on the TV immediately. I like to breathe, look out of the window, and let the noise of the day slowly fade away.
That sounds very peaceful. Not many people allow themselves that kind of quiet anymore.
Yes, silence has become a luxury. After that, I usually make myself a cup of tea or coffee and then sit back on the sofa.
Tea or coffee? That already tells a lot about a person. Which one do you prefer in the evening?
In the evening, I prefer tea. Coffee keeps my mind too active, and I want my body to relax.
That's a wise choice. And while you're sitting there with your tea, do you watch something or do you enjoy the quiet?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I watch a simple show, nothing too heavy. Other times, I just listen to soft music.
Music can really change the feeling of a room.
Exactly. When the lights are low and the music is soft, the whole apartment feels warmer and calmer.
Speaking of lights, do you prefer bright lights or dim lighting at home?
Definitely dim lighting. I use a small lamp near the sofa instead of the main light.
That's interesting. Bright lights are great for work, but for relaxation, softer light feels better.
Yes, bright lights make me feel like I'm still at the office.
Nobody wants that feeling at home. Now tell me, is your living room decorated or do you keep it simple?
I keep it simple. I don't like too many decorations. I just have a few framed photos and one plant near the window.
Just one plant?
Yes, but it's a big one. It makes the room feel alive.
Plants really do that. They quietly change the energy of a space.
I agree. Sometimes I even talk to it, especially when I'm watering it.
That's actually quite sweet. Now let's move a little further into your apartment. After the living room, where do we go next?
Right next to the living room is the kitchen.
Ah, the kitchen. Some people say the kitchen is the soul of a home.
I can understand why. Even though my kitchen is small, I spend a lot of time there.
Is it an open kitchen or is it a separate room?
It's an open kitchen, connected to the living room.
That makes the space feel larger, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And when I'm cooking, I don't feel closed in.
Do you enjoy cooking?
I do, but only simple meals. I'm not a professional chef by any means.
That's perfectly fine. What kind of simple meals do you usually make?
Mostly rice, pasta, and vegetables. Sometimes I try something new, but it doesn't always go as planned.
Cooking experiments can be risky.
Very risky. There have been days when I ordered food after failing in the kitchen.
That's part of the learning process.
Exactly. But when a meal turns out well, it feels really rewarding.
I completely agree. Now, is there a small dining area in your apartment?
Yes, there's a small table near the kitchen with 2 chairs.
2 chairs. Do you often have guests?
Not very often, but I like the idea of being ready when someone visits.
That's a nice way to think about it. A home should always have space for connection.
Yes, even if it's just one extra chair.
Beautifully said. And now that we've explored your living room and kitchen, there's one more important space we haven't talked about yet.
I know which one you mean.
Yes, the place where the day ends and begins again.
Exactly. The bedroom.
All right, then, let's slowly walk into that room together. So, we're standing at the doorway of your bedroom now. And before we even step inside, I want to ask you something simple but important. When you think of your bedroom, what feeling comes to your mind first?
Honestly, the first word that comes to mind is safe. It's the one place where I don't have to perform, explain myself, or be anything for anyone.
That feeling of safety is powerful. A bedroom isn't just a room, it's an emotional space.
Exactly. When I open the door, I immediately feel my shoulders relax.
What's the first thing we see when we walk in?
The bed. It's right in the center of the room, simple but comfortable.
Comfort over style?
Always. I chose the mattress very carefully because sleep is sacred to me.
I love that you said sacred. So many people underestimate sleep.
Yes, especially after long days. That bed feels like a quiet promise that tomorrow will be better.
That's such a comforting thought. What color is your bedding?
Mostly light colors, white and soft gray. Nothing too bright.
Light colors really calm the mind.
They do. Dark colors make me feel heavy, especially at night.
Do you make your bed every morning?
Not always. I try, but some mornings are rushed.
And that's okay. A home should support your life, not pressure you.
I agree. Some days just getting out of bed is an achievement.
That's such an honest thing to say. Now, what about the walls? Are they decorated?
Very lately, I have one photo frame and a small wall clock.
What's in the photo frame?
It's a picture from a trip I took a few years ago. Looking at it reminds me that life exists beyond daily routines.
That's beautiful. Little reminders like that quietly keep us going.
Yes, especially on hard days.
Do you have a bedside table?
Yes, just one. It holds my phone, a book, and sometimes a glass of water.
What kind of books do you keep there?
Mostly light reading. I don't want heavy thoughts before sleeping.
That's very mindful. What about lighting in the bedroom?
I use a small warm lamp. No bright lights at night.
Warm light really helps the body relax.
Yes, it signals that it's time to slow down.
Do you have a routine before sleeping?
I try to. I put my phone away, lie down, and just breathe for a few minutes.
That moment of stillness is so rare these days.
It is, but it helps me disconnect from the world.
Do you ever think while lying there, replaying the day?
Sometimes, especially if the day was emotional.
And how do you deal with those thoughts?
I remind myself that today is over. Whatever happened can wait until tomorrow.
That's a gentle way to talk to yourself.
I've learned it with time. Earlier, I used to overthink a lot.
Growth often looks like learning how to rest without guilt.
Exactly. Now my bedroom feels like a place of recovery, not just sleep.
That's such an important shift. Is there a window in your bedroom?
Yes, a small one. I like opening it at night for fresh air.
Fresh air changes everything.
It does. Sometimes I just stand there quietly looking outside before going to bed.
Those quiet moments can be deeply healing.
They really are. It feels like the world pauses for a second.
And in that pause, you get to just exist.
Yes, no expectations, no noise, just me.
I think that's what a bedroom should give us, a place to return to ourselves.
I couldn't agree more.
Now, before we move on, there's one more small but meaningful corner of your apartment we haven't talked about yet.
Ah, yes, that little space that often gets overlooked.
Exactly. And that's where we'll go next. So we're stepping into that small, often overlooked space now, the one people usually don't talk about much, but somehow it holds so many quiet moments.
Yes, it's that little corner near the window. Not big at all, but very personal.
I love how the smallest spaces often carry the biggest emotions.
Exactly. This corner wasn't planned. It just slowly became something important.
What's there right now?
A simple chair, a small table, and a plant. Nothing fancy.
That already sounds peaceful.
It is. I sit here when I don't want noise, but also don't want to lie down.
That in-between state.
Yes, when you're tired but your thoughts are still awake.
I think many people know that feeling but don't have a place for it.
That's why this corner matters. It gives those feelings somewhere to go.
What do you usually do when you sit here?
Sometimes I drink tea, sometimes I just stare outside, sometimes I think about nothing in particular.
Doing nothing is becoming such a rare skill
True. At first, I felt guilty just sitting.
because we're taught that rest has to be earned.
Exactly. But over time, this space taught me that rest is necessary, not optional.
That's a lesson many people learn very late in life.
I'm still learning it.
What about the plant? Why a plant?
It reminds me that growth doesn't happen loudly.
That's such a beautiful thought.
Some days it doesn't change at all, and then suddenly one morning there's a new leaf.
Just like us.
Yes, healing works the same way.
Do you ever come here when you're overwhelmed?
Often, especially after long days when my mind feels heavy.
And does it help?
It doesn't fix everything, but it slows things down.
Sometimes slowing down is all we need.
Exactly. It reminds me that I don't have to solve my entire life in one evening.
That pressure we put on ourselves can be exhausting.
Very. This corner quietly tells me it's okay to pause.
I love how a space can speak without words.
Me too. And over time, it becomes familiar, almost like a friend.
A silent friend who listens without interrupting.
Yes, and never judges.
Do you have any routines connected to this space?
Usually in the evening, it's like a transition between the day and night.
That sounds very grounding.
It helps me leave the day behind gently.
Not forcing yourself to shut down, but slowly letting go.
Exactly. I think that's healthier.
It feels like this corner holds your emotional balance.
It really does. It's where I reconnect with myself.
And that connection is something we often forget in busy lives.
Yes, especially when everything outside demands so much.
This space feels like a reminder that your inner world matters too.
That's the best way to describe it.
And maybe that's why even small homes can feel full.
Because it's not about size, it's about meaning.
Exactly. Meaning turns spaces into places.
And places into memories.
As we sit here for a moment longer, I realize something important.
What's that?
Every corner we talked about today reflects a part of you.
I never thought of it that way, but you're right.
Homes quietly tell our stories,
And we keep writing those stories every day.
which makes me curious about one last thing: how all these spaces come together and shape how you feel overall.
That's a deep question.
And a perfect one to continue with. You know, as we talk about all these spaces, I keep thinking about how they slowly shape us without us even noticing.
Yes, and sometimes they hold us together on days when we feel a little scattered inside.
That's such a real feeling, being present physically but emotionally spread thin.
And yet, these familiar places quietly gather those pieces back.
I think that's what comfort really is. Not something dramatic, just something steady.
Something that stays even when everything else feels uncertain.
Like coming back to yourself at the end of a long day.
Exactly. No pressure to be productive, no expectation to explain anything.
Just being allowed to exist as you are in that moment.
We don't give ourselves that permission often enough.
True, and maybe that's why conversations like this matter.
Because they remind people that it's okay to slow down.
And that healing doesn't always look like big changes.
Sometimes it's just choosing softness over urgency.
Or choosing rest instead of pushing a little more.
I hope anyone listening right now feels less alone.
Yes, like someone sat beside them for a while.
That quiet companionship can mean everything.
If this conversation felt comforting to you, even a little,
Then maybe it's worth carrying it forward.
you could share it with someone who needs a calm moment today.
Or save it for yourself for another evening when things feel heavy.
And if you enjoy these slow, thoughtful conversations,
Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep meeting like this.
it really helps this little space grow.
And it lets us keep creating moments of pause together.
Thank you for spending these minutes with us.
For listening, for feeling, for being here.
Wherever you are, whatever kind of day you had,
Be gentle with yourself tonight.
we'll be right here again when you need us.
Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.